Hello and welcome to my channel. In this tutorial I wanted to show you a stitch. You can do a scarf, you can do a blanket, but if you want to make a scarf and to have this look, you're gonna have to chain a very long chain. For this scarf I chained 201 chains. So if you want longer, then you're gonna put more chains. Yeah. So this is how the scarf will look if you are to chain 201 or more chains. Yeah. So the other side is like this, pretty much reversible. Yeah. Or you can do just with one row instead of 3 rows of single crochet. You can do this, for example. This is worked with 3.0 millimeter crochet hook. The scarf was done with 4.0 millimeter crochet hook. For if you are to do a scarf with this stitch, I will suggest you have I don't know, between 260 grams of yarn and maybe 300 grams if you choose to put tassels or fringes. Yeah. Okay, with this stitch we're gonna chain odd number. So I have here 13 chains. I'm gonna work with 4.0 millimeter crochet hook. We're gonna skip the first chain from the hook, and into the second chain from the hook we're gonna do a single crochet. If you are to do a blanket or let's say a scarf, I would suggest you flip the chain and then you work the back loops. Yeah, the back loop. So we're gonna skip the first chain, and into the second we're gonna do a single crochet. So the strain of yarn that you're gonna, if you choose to work on the back side of the chain, it has only one strain of yarn. So we're gonna do single crochet in each chain. So move to the next chain and you're gonna do single crochet. This stitch has only 2 rows repeat. I'm gonna show you the variation, let's say with two rows, not 4. The scarf that I showed you has 4 rows repeat, in which 3 rows are single crochet, and then the 4th row it's the puffs, let's say. So in each chain single crochet. So the last chain we're gonna do through the bump, we're gonna do a single crochet. No, so this stitch has only 2 rows repeat. I'm gonna show you just that. After you finish the first row of single crochet, we're gonna chain 2, turn your work into the next stitch, not this one from where the chain is coming, into the next stitch, yarn over the hook, we're gonna do a puff. So once, twice, yarn over the hook, we're gonna move to the next stitch and we're gonna do a puff. If your yarn is thinner and you want the puff, let's say a little bit bigger, then you're gonna go 3 times. So now we're gonna pull the yarn through all these loops, not the last one. So yarn over and pull the yarn through all those loops. We're gonna have 2, pull the yarn to the last 2, then we're gonna chain 1. When we're gonna chain this one, make it a little bit loose, not too loose, because we're gonna work through that chain and it's gonna be easy to get in. Now yarn over the hook, we're gonna move to the next stitch and we're gonna do a puff. So once, twice, yarn over the hook, we're gonna move to the next stitch and we're gonna do a puff. Once, and the second time pull the yarn through all those loops, not the last one, then pull the yarn to the last 2, chain 1, and we're gonna repeat until we finish this row. We're gonna move to the next stitch, I'm gonna pull up a loop and another one, move to the next stitch once, and the second time pull the yarn through all the loops, pull the yarn to the last 2, then chain 1, and we're gonna do like this until we finish this row. Next stitch we're gonna do a puff, move to the next stitch. I'm gonna do another puff, chain 1, then move to the next stitch, yarn over the hook, we're gonna do a puff. So once, twice, yarn over the hook, move to the next stitch, once and twice, pull the yarn through all those loops, pull the yarn to the last 2, and we're now going to chain 1 here, and we're going to do into the last stitch, we're going to do a double crochet. Okay, so this is one of the rows, this with the puffs, and now we're going to repeat the second row, which is the single crochet in each stitch or the chain. So we're going to chain 1, turn your work. So you have the first stitch here, we're going to do a single crochet, the next stitch, single crochet. So now we have the chain, so we're going to do a single crochet through the chain, not through the space. We're going to go through the chain. Yeah. So we're going to do a single crochet. Next is the stitch where we close that puff. The next is the 1 chain, and we're gonna go through the chain. That's why I said make it a little bit loose, the chain. It's gonna be easy to get in. So next is the chain. So you're gonna have the chain, the stitch, the chain, the stitch, and so on. So now towards the end we have the chain. We're gonna do a single crochet through that chain. Then we have the stitch where we close those 2 puffs, single crochet, and we have the double crochet from the previous row, and on the top second chain I'm gonna go in there and do a single crochet. So this is the let's say with 2 rows only. If you want to do like the scarf, then you're gonna have to put 3 rows of single crochet. So we did 1 row now, so you're gonna do 2 more rows of single crochet. I'm gonna show you just with the 2 rows repeat. So we're gonna chain 2, turn your work, yarn over the hook, and again we're gonna skip the first stitch here from where the chain is coming. We're gonna move to the next stitch. We're gonna do a puff. So once, twice, yarn over the hook, move to the next stitch, and we're gonna do a puff once, and second, we're gonna pull the yarn through all these loops, not the last one, pull the yarn to the last 2 loops, and then chain 1, and then we're gonna move to the next stitch, and we're gonna repeat, and move to the next stitch and do a puff, and chain 1, and leave this a little bit loose. That will be easy next row when you have to do the single crochet in the chain. It's gonna be easy to get in. So you move to the next stitch and you're gonna do a puff, next stitch, gonna do a puff, pull the yarn through all the loops, pull the yarn to the last 2, chain 1, and we're gonna repeat. You move to the next stitch, you do a puff, next stitch, gonna do a puff, pull the yarn through all those loops, the last 2, chain 1, and now we have 2 stitches left. We're gonna repeat the same, gonna do the puff. So we move to the next stitch, gonna do a puff, the last stitch, gonna do a puff, okay, pull the yarn through all the loops, not the last one, then pull the yarn to the last 2, and we're now gonna chain, yarn over the hook. So now we have here the 1 chain from the previous row. Yeah, so we're gonna go right there in the corner, right here, and we're gonna do a double crochet. Yeah. So when you chain this 1, when you have to repeat the row with the puffs, you're gonna go and you're gonna make the double crochet into this chain, yeah, at the end here. So you're gonna chain 1, turn your work, and we're gonna repeat the row with a single crochet. So the first stitch is here, single crochet, next stitch, single crochet, and we have the 1 chain, so we're going to go through the chain, single crochet. Next is the stitch, single crochet, and then the 1 chain, single crochet, and so on. And you have the chain. You can work this with different yarn sizes. You can change colors if you like. Depends. Yeah. So we have here the stitch that we close the puffs there, single crochet, and we have the 2 chain, the double crochet, or the 2 chain that we did. So we're gonna go on top of the 2nd chain right there and do a single crochet, and now you're gonna chain 2, turn your work, and you're gonna repeat the row with the puffs. Yeah. So you're gonna skip this one and you're gonna go into the next stitch. So you're gonna do a puff, then you're gonna move to the next stitch, you're gonna do a puff, you're gonna close the puff, and then both puffs, and then you're gonna chain 1, and you're gonna move to the next stitch, and so on. So like I said, if you want to do like the way the scarf is, then you're gonna chain, you're gonna do 3 rows of single crochet. Yeah. But for a blanket, I think this looks nice. If you want a blanket, yeah, it's gonna look like this. So when you close the, for example, if you want to make a scarf, you're gonna close the last, but I will suggest, for example, here when I started, yeah, I started with 1 row of single crochet here. So this is the beginning. So then I did the puff row, and then 1, 2, 3 rows of single crochet, then the puff, and 1, 2, 3 rows of single crochet and the puff, and so on. But you see, and I closed here at the end with a single crochet. Well, as you can see, this is a little bit bigger this side than this side. So I will suggest, if you are to do this as a scarf or even as a blanket, put 2 rows of single crochet, the way we started here in the beginning. Yeah, we started only with 1 row of single crochet. Maybe it's okay to put 2 rows of single crochet, and then you start with the puff row. Yeah, so when you close at the top with a single crochet, either it's a scarf or a blanket, you're gonna have the same distance from the bottom and the top also. Yeah, because it looks a little bit like this is a little bit bigger this side than this side. It's up to you. Each of you, if you like this stitch and you choose to work with this, give it a try. It's very, very easy, goes really fast, but working with puffs, this is gonna take some yarn. And if you want a scarf that it's somewhat wider, then this is gonna will take maybe 280-300 grams of yarn. Yeah, so you choose. But I think for a blanket, it's quite nice to do a blanket, and it will look like this, or a scarf like this. It's up to you. Well, thank you for watching. Hope you can find some project that you can work with this stitch. Give it a try. Yeah. And at the end here you can put some, if you have a scarf, you make a scarf, you can put tassels, and these corners will not go like this. Yeah, it's up to you. Well, thank you for watching. Have a good day.